In the world of organized crime, revenge isn't just a response, it's a message. It's a cold, calculated statement etched in blood and fear. A promise whispered in the shadows, echoing through generations. In this video, we delve into the dark underbelly of the mafia, exploring 5 notorious revenge murders that shook the foundation of organized crime. The mafia, a brotherhood bound by loyalty, respect, and a strict code of conduct, often found itself entangled in a web of betrayal and violence. When the delicate balance of power shifted, revenge became the ultimate currency. Picture this, 1930s New York City. The streets are a battleground not for soldiers but for gangsters. The Castellammarese War, a brutal power struggle between 2 rival factions of the Italian-American mafia, is raging. On one side we have Joe the Boss Masseria, a ruthless old-timer clinging to power. On the other, Salvatore Maranzano, an ambitious newcomer with his eyes on the prize. Now, revenge is a dish best served cold, but in the heat of this war, it's a weapon wielded without hesitation. The murder of Giuseppe Joe the Boss Masseria on April 15, 1931, wasn't just about eliminating a rival, it was about sending a message. Masseria, betrayed by his own men on the orders of Lucky Luciano, met his end at a Coney Island restaurant. Imagine the scene. A man who once ruled with an iron fist, gunned down while enjoying a meal. The power vacuum left by Masseria's death paved the way for a new era in organized crime, one where strategy and cunning would trump brute force. Giuseppe Joe the Boss Masseria, a name synonymous with power, fear, and the old ways of the mafia. He ruled his domain with an iron fist, demanding respect and unwavering loyalty. But the world was changing, and a new breed of gangster was emerging, one that saw opportunity in Masseria's iron rule. Enter Charles Lucky Luciano, a young and ambitious mobster who recognized the need for a more modern, organized criminal enterprise. Luciano saw Masseria's refusal to adapt as a weakness, a vulnerability to be exploited. The seeds of betrayal were sown, and Luciano orchestrated a cunning plan to eliminate Masseria. On April 15, 1931, Masseria was lured to a Coney Island restaurant, a seemingly innocent meeting that would prove to be his last. As Masseria enjoyed his meal, a team of hitmen, allegedly including Vito Genovese and Bugsy Siegel, entered the restaurant. Shots rang out, cutting through the air, leaving Masseria riddled with bullets. The once mighty Joe the Boss lay dead, a victim of his own unwillingness to change. Carmine Galante, known as the Cigar for his ever-present stogie, was a force to be reckoned with. A ruthless mobster who rose through the ranks of the Bonanno crime family, Galante was a throwback to the old days of the mafia. He believed in brute force, in ruling through fear and intimidation. By the 1970s, he had become a problem, a loose cannon that threatened the delicate balance of power within the mafia. Galante's ambition knew no bounds. He sought to control the lucrative heroin trade, a move that put him at odds with the other families. The Commission, the mafia's governing body, had seen enough. On July 12, 1979, Galante met his end in a hail of gunfire at Joe and Mary's Italian-American restaurant in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Picture this: Galante enjoying a meal with his associates when 3 masked men burst into the restaurant. They opened fire, spraying the room with bullets. Galante, caught off guard, didn't stand a chance. Paul Castellano, the boss of the Gambino crime family, was a different breed of mobster. He was educated, business-minded, and preferred to operate from behind the scenes. But his reign, marked by a shift away from traditional rackets, created a rift within the family. John Gotti, an ambitious captain, saw Castellano's approach as weak, a betrayal of the mafia's core values. Gotti craved power, and he saw an opportunity in Castellano's perceived vulnerability. On December 16, 1985, Gotti and his crew put their plan into action. Castellano was scheduled to have a meeting at Sparks Steakhouse in Manhattan. It was a trap. As Castellano's car pulled up to the restaurant, Gotti's men, dressed in long coats and hats, approached the vehicle. In a scene straight out of a gangster film, the hitmen opened fire, riddling Castellano and his underboss, Thomas Bellotti, with bullets. Bugsy Siegel, a charismatic but ruthless gangster, had a vision to transform a dusty desert town into a glittering gambling mecca. Las Vegas was his obsession, a project he poured millions of dollars into, much of it borrowed from his mafia backers. But Siegel's lavish spending and suspected skimming angered his associates. They had invested in a sure thing, and Siegel's recklessness threatened their profits. Patience wore thin, and the decision was made. Siegel had to be dealt with. On June 20, 1947, Siegel was found dead in his girlfriend's Beverly Hills mansion. He was lounging on a couch reading the Los Angeles Times when a hail of bullets ripped through the window. Siegel was hit multiple times, his killer a shadowy figure who disappeared into the night. The murder of Bugsy Siegel served as a chilling reminder that in the world of organized crime, betrayal often came at a hefty price. From the bloody streets of New York City to the glitzy casinos of Las Vegas, we've journeyed through 5 tales of revenge that left an indelible mark on mafia history. These acts of violence weren't just about settling scores, they were about power, respect, and the often brutal consequences of betrayal. What are your thoughts on these infamous murders? Share your insights in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more captivating stories from the dark side. In the shadows of power, revenge is a dark but binding thread in the tapestry of the mafia.